Hey YouTube, I just wanted to take a break and come outside and make a quick video, just to enjoy the sun, but just to air some stuff that was kind of on my mind lately as well. This is actually triggered by a comment that I had read on Facebook by someone, but it just reminded me, I grew up in a small conservative town called Smithfield, Virginia, and I didn't always live in Smithfield, so it was just a real culture shock when I first moved to the town and stayed there from the 6th grade until I graduated from high school. And it's really funny because my parents, my mom still lives there, my stepdad lives there, the rest of my family all live in Smithfield, and consider that place home. And it's a place that although I spent a big chunk of my life there, it's not a place that I've ever considered home because I've never felt that that would be a place that I would want to call home, mainly not because of being in a small town, but just because of the people that were there were just so closed-minded, and it's not a nice way to say it, just ignorant people. And not necessarily because they were conservative or because it was a Republican town. I'm sure that contributed to it, but it definitely wasn't that, because I've met Republicans and I've met conservatives that are reasonable, nice, good people. Don't agree with their politics, but I still, understand that they're still humans and they still, have good intentions and stuff. But Smithfield is a little bit different because they have in it, it's just the antithesis to everything that is kind of decent, but all of them believe themselves to be kind of like decent people. It's kind of one of those towns where it's Bible thumping, holier than thou. We're the only people that work hard and everyone else is just mooching off the system kind of mentality. More like mentality of the Tea Party people that you see rather than Republicans that I have come in contact with that are, decent, good people. But saying all that, it's just really crazy to me, like with this whole, Osama bin Laden being dead, and you would think that this would be a time for more people to be, as Americans, for us to gather together and just be not grateful that someone is dead, but grateful that either justice has been administrated or that, a terrorist has been defeated. Just whatever way that you want to take it, just celebrate it in your own way. But still, people cannot even do that. It's basically now I'm reading all of these people that are, Obama doesn't give any credit. It was the men and women that shot him and blah, 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 blah. And that's just so insulting. It's insulting not only just to your intelligence, because anyone, that has read anything about it just in the 2 days that the news has kind of been out, you understand that a military, intervention like that doesn't just happen on accident. It wasn't like these military men just ran in and, Osama bin Laden was there and they shot him by accident or whatever. No, this was something that had been planned since August when they first got wind of where he was. And it dealt with all different levels of government, the CIA, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And so people that don't want to give credit for the job that Obama did, it's saying more about you than it is saying about Obama. It's just really sad. It's pathetic. It's demeaning. And it's really sad for those people because, the Bush administration, even Republicans will acknowledge, was a disaster. There's no one, unless you're the hardest, staunchest, Republican. No one publicly will say that the Bush administration did a good job. No one would say that. But, even though I did not like Bush, I'll still give credit to where credit is due for the things that, that he did do. Not that anyone's going to sing Bush praises, but, if he did something, I would totally acknowledge it despite the fact that I don't like him. Some people just don't even have enough self-respect to do that. They just don't like someone, and this, I guess, this is very typical of the people that I kind of grew up with. It's kind of like, they choose politics like a sports team. I like the Cowboys, or I like the Steelers, or I like this, or I like that, and they pick that team, and regardless, they hate the other team for no rational reason. No matter what anyone does on the team that they're not on, they're not going to give credit for it, and they're just going to hate that person just to hate it. They send out stupid little forwarded emails that are a bunch of bullshit. It doesn't matter how debunked it is. It doesn't matter how whatever. And they want to believe the worst in people. They want to believe, that's why this whole birther thing lasted for so long, is because it wasn't because they really in their hearts believed it. They just hate Obama irrationally so much that they just want to believe something bad about him. It doesn't matter, and they don't want to give him credit for anything. And that, to me, doesn't say anything about Obama. That says something about you if you're that type of person. But, hope prevails, and maybe people can change. And that's all I have to say about that. Y'all have a good day.